In this video, I will share the main lessons I took from the book Grinding It Out by Ray Kroc. It's easy to assume that McDonald's has always been a corporate giant within the fast food industry. However, it started with one man. Well, technically, it didn't. It started with the McDonald's brothers, who initially revolutionized the fast food industry by taking the simple method of serving a burger from 20 to 30 minutes to less than a minute. Ray then redefined the franchising method within the fast food industry and set out a target to replicate the winning method across America. Within 5 years, he had 30 stores, but Ray had his sights on a bigger target of 1,000 stores. And within a further 5 years, Ray achieved the unthinkable of 1,000 stores across America. Fast forward to current day, and there are 36,000 McDonald's stores worldwide. In this video, I'll share the most helpful lessons I learned from reading the book. Point number one, systems, not goals. Ray had ambitious goals for what he wanted to achieve, but ultimately, the key to his success was creating many systems that he was able to replicate, systems around how to cook potatoes, systems around how to distribute stock, systems around training staff. All of these systems are then what led to him being able to replicate the formula across the country and across the world. And they were the key to his success. And really, you could argue systems are the key to any success. When you look at an Olympian, all Olympic athletes want a gold medal. They all have the same goal, but really the ones that win have the best system in terms of training to get to their peak. So the system is the key, and creating systems are key, not goals. Point number two, never underestimate the value of tracking things. There's a quote which is, "What gets measured gets managed." The act of capturing data and looking at patterns and trends can then help you to adjust your system to optimize it for success. Point number three, relationships. Ray invested in people. Now, there's been much written about Ray negatively, about his relationships and how he was pretty cutthroat. And there's been many books written on that topic and even a film, The Founder. But ultimately, Ray invested in good people. And this is something which I think is a pattern among many great entrepreneurs. Isaac Walterson, in his biography on Steve Jobs, goes into detail on how he had this unique ability to draw people together who were very, very good at doing something and inspire them through a vision. And I think, in the same way, Ray had this ability to invest in good people and to bring them together and to motivate them. Point number four, long-term vision. So, as I mentioned, Ray had this long-term vision. He aimed for 1,000 stores, which seemed ridiculous. And he always had a bigger vision in mind. And this constantly got him into arguments with people, including the McDonald's brothers. According to Ray, they were very slow to change and resistant to change. And he very much had a long-term vision in mind in terms of what he wanted to achieve. And I think in life, it is important to have this long-term vision of what you're aiming for. Why is it that you're doing the job that you're doing, or why is it that you're uh, have got the particular project that you're doing? There has to be some sort of long-term vision in mind that you have to aim for. And so that was something that drove Ray Kroc and helped him to make the decisions in the short term that he made. Many of the decisions were difficult. And that leads to the next point, which is Sacrifice. That Ray Kroc made many short-term sacrifices, including being financially quite in a difficult place because he prioritized this long-term vision. He invested heavily financially and in many other ways in this vision, and he prioritized the vision at great cost in the short term, but it obviously paid off. And the final point that I want to make that I really got from the book was it's never too late. See, at 52 years old, he was in debt and struggling in life in multiple ways and feeling like he'd not really achieved what he was meant to achieve. And by 70, he was worth several hundred million. So it's never too late to do what you want to do. There might be barriers, there might be difficulties, there might be challenges, but more often than not, it's not too late. The main point that I feel I took from this book was that systems were key to his success, that creating a web of systems that he was able to replicate was the key to his success. And there's two particular books that I'd recommend that expand on this. So, in terms of personal development, Atomic Habits is the best book that I've read on the topic of creating personal systems in order to create success. In terms of how to create systems from a small business point of view, the best book that I've read on that topic is The E Myth Revisited. And this goes through particular strategies to help small businesses succeed. And a lot of it is based on the model of McDonald's. So those are the two books that I'd recommend, and I'll link them in the description. Maybe you're struggling to know where to start with creating a particular system. And if you're struggling, my video on the 12-week year might help you to get going. So I'll link that in the description as well. Okay, that's it. So I hope you liked the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.